Kelly, it's 2 weeks until the WSL season gets underway. How's pre-season gone so far, and what have you got planned for the last week or so?
Yeah, it's gone really well. I think the biggest thing for us is obviously moving into the men's training ground has really raised the level of professionalism for us, and actually properly having a home. Obviously we was at Bisham Abbey before, and obviously at the old training ground last season due to COVID. So for us that's been great, and the facilities there for us are amazing. The pitches, everything else, and the support that we've got from everyone there as well. So that's just allowed us to really concentrate on the pitch and really push what we want to this season. And the biggest thing for me was the physical side of the girls and making sure that they're physically ready for this league, because year on year it gets tougher, it gets more physical, it gets faster. We've got to be able to compete with that first and foremost, and then obviously let the football do the rest of it. So yeah, it's been a really good pre-season, and I'm excited for the season to start.
And as you said, it's Manchester United up first in front of the Sky cameras, and it's the season curtain raiser as well. That's a really exciting occasion for you, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely. And for us, yeah, what a way to start. A nice trip up to Manchester. But yeah, to kick off the season, the league, and the first game on Sky Sports, it's definitely going to be a game to watch for everybody, and I'm really excited to get up there and get the league started.
And you're here today, part of the WSL broadcast day. Do you enjoy these kind of events?
No, not me personally. But look, I think the biggest thing for us is it shows that the women's game's going in the right direction. To have days like this, to make sure they've got the right photos, the right promos for the games, and making sure that everything is the same as what happens in the men's game. It just shows that it's going in the right direction, and the exposure that we're going to get this season is going to be second to none.
And you've made 6 additions to your squad over the summer, most recently Justine van Havermet earlier in the week. Talk to us a little bit about some of them and what you're hoping they'll bring to your team.
I think the biggest thing for us when we was recruiting is looking at players that are going to fit our style of play, regardless of name and anything else. It was like, right, who's got that? What experience do they have? And the likes of obviously Tash Dowie coming in is a huge signing for us, in terms of we've always been a club that have created so many chances, and we've never really had that, I suppose, that prolific goal scorer. And obviously now losing the likes of like people like Farrah Williams on the pitch, who was a massive goal scorer for us when she was fit. She's going to be huge, and obviously the other players that brought in, Faye Bryson, for me is such a young player who's got a bright future ahead of her. But I've got a fullback that is just willing to defend first and foremost, has that desire to not want to concede goals, but she wants to join in attacks, and she wants to get higher up the pitch, which will be great for us. And but obviously Chloe Peplow, I've had to replace midfielders this year. Obviously losing Farah and Howard James, they're going to be big losses for us. So that's one thing that Chloe will bring to us. She's a ball-playing midfielder, likes to get on the ball. But again, she's another one that I really want to push and develop. I think she's got another level to her game, and I want to get her there. Gemma Evans, obviously strong centre-half, had a brilliant season last year in the WSL. Again, she's going to be fantastic for us, really strengthen our back line, and obviously gives us that added bit of pace into our back line as well, so she'll be great. Obviously our Olympic gold medalist, Deanne, I can't wait to get her in. Obviously she's away on a little holiday at the moment, which she probably deserves. But yeah, again, she's going to be fantastic for our side. Brings us something completely different, brings probably something completely different to the entire league. I'm really, really excited to see. But again, young, has a lot of experience for such a young player. But she's got ambitions to want to be better and better, and I'm excited to be a part of that process with her.
Perfect. And then lastly, last season you made the Select Carlton Stadium your home, but this season you've been fully integrated into the professional setup at Bearwood Park on a training capacity. How are you enjoying, being in that full-time environment? Yeah,
brilliant. I couldn't ask for any more. I think one thing it's allowed me to do is really build relationships with the men's first team, the academy staff. You definitely turn up and it's not us and them. It's everybody's in there together. Everyone's there for each other. The support that we've got has been brilliant. And the one thing that's allowed us to do is is to have the team really more professional across the board. and we can just focus on making sure that the stuff on the pitch is right, what we're doing off the pitch is right, and everything else. I've got the support of everybody else to help us make sure that happens. And then obviously being here now at the stadium, the biggest thing for us is getting fans back in. Obviously we moved here last season, which was a massive step in the right direction for us, but obviously the hindrance was not being able to have fans at games. And for us to be in the heart of Reading and now being able to have fans come to our games is huge. We need to grow a fan base now for us, and I think we can definitely do that and make that stronger now being in the heart of Reading.
And finally, what would you say to people who are maybe considering becoming part of that fan base that you want to build?
I think the first and foremost, come and watch. I think if you come to one game, I think you'll come to every game. I think the level that's on show, the football that's on show week in, week out, you won't necessarily get it everywhere across men's games. And I think the level of player, the level of team that you're going to see is going to be great. But I think the biggest thing is that you can really get a connection with the players. It's very different to the men's game in terms of having access to players. The players will stay behind after the game. They do autographs. They like to have conversations with fans. So it becomes a real close family. And I think if any supporter was going to come, I think ones that have been, they will find that you do become part of this family, and that's what I want to create. They are part of a family, and we want to push in the right direction, and they're going to be just as important as what the players are and the staff are this season.